So, yeah, let's get seated. And our yen, is cooling. I know you often don't need blankets, but feel free to get comfortable. We'll be here to start to ground. Maybe beginning, with the hands palms down on the knees. Dropping into our breath, dropping into the ankles that are on the floor, the sits bones. Maybe noticing the walls of the room that we're in. Feeling a container, as if we're in a space set aside for this, to support our energy, to support our inward journey, to support our letting go and our accepting, our receiving, our practice tonight. And just allowing ourselves to invite the piece of pigeon pose from the inside out. Imagining that our anxiety is being transformed, any worries, any concerns. Giving us the ability, the opportunity to transform that, to plant the seed for transformation of peace. Perhaps bringing awareness to the base of the tailbone and the front of the body, below the navel, the very base of the spine. And we'll inhale and just trace that up the front of the body. The third eye, and then allow that exhale to descend down the back of the body along the spine, the tailbone. Inhaling up. And our exhale, just falling down the back. As if it were a circuit, just moving up and down and up of energy. And throughout our practice this evening, this visualization can be an anchor for our mind. The breath, or conscious awareness of the breath, an anchor in our practice tonight, an anchor in our practice off of the mat. This is our practice. Now let's flip the palms up to the sky. And continue with that visualization. Allowing ourselves to receive from our practice what we need this evening. Inviting us to fill our cup, to fill our reserve, so we can support those around us, those closest to us. And perhaps a mantra for our practice tonight. I choose a pace of grace. As we inhale and exhale, feeling that in our bodies, I choose a pace of grace. We all have our individual paces of grace, so we don't even need to compare ourselves to anyone else, to compare anyone else to us. We're all at a different pace of grace. I choose a pace of grace. Let's open our practice in Om a single time together. So we'll breathe in and breathe out and breathe in for Om. So breathe in and exhale. And inhale for Om. And sigh. Good. It's invocation for our inward journey. Gently blink the eyes open. Yeah. And coming right into our space, into our first shape. We'll bring this right leg out and keep that left foot tucked in. Wiggle those sits bones. We're going to turn the heart towards the right foot and cascade over that leg. So maybe you want to bring some blocks on either side of the leg. The hands come towards the foot with the blocks. Yep, you can also rest the hands on the leg. And then that option with the left leg is to have that foot inward on the thigh. If you want, you can also see about bringing that foot behind you and have the foot on the floor behind you and just rest the foot on the floor. If it's more, rest it on the floor. But that foot can be, that knee can be turned outward or the foot can be behind us. So dropping into the shape here, and just imagining, there's nowhere to go, there's nothing to do except just surrender into this shape and know that this shape is supporting us on our path and pace of grace. And let that breath bring us present. Let that breath keep us steady. You might feel this in the back, that right leg. You might feel it in the low back. You might feel along the spine. You might feel it in that low back and then where those kidneys are, supporting our immune system here, right? Giving those kidneys a little bit of space back there to be with this fold. Exhale. I choose a pace of grace. There's no right or wrong here. This is the time in our day when we can let go of making sure something is completed properly or completed at all. There's no checking off of a list anymore. We're just here. We could be in Shavasana the whole time if we wanted to. We could be in this shape the whole time if we wanted to. I choose a pace of grace. Allowing ourselves to receive energy, to receive the practice. As you're ready, let out a nice big sigh if that feels right and that resonates with you. Yeah. Then begin to draw the heart up. Yep, the arms up over the head. Maybe you've got the head back. Roll the chin around. And then come into our first rebound of the evening, bringing the legs long, bringing the low back, the mid back, the upper back, everything to the floor. Oh. Maybe even noticing the difference of the right leg and the left leg already, just in the short amount of time that we've been here in our practice. In the words of the prophet Isaiah, it's written, "In quietness and confidence shall be your strength." It's kind of like yin yoga. It's quiet, but yet there's so much power, there's so much strength in our yin practice. And it's kind of evident pretty quickly as we rest on our rebounds. Allow yourself to absorb all the strength and the stillness that we evoke in our yin yoga practice. Let's breathe in. Let the breath go. Good. And we'll come up to seated again. So let's roll over to one side and then press ourselves up. Coming up in a nice yin-like movement. Yeah, and once we get to the seat again, we'll bring the legs out in front, but let's separate those feet wide, wider than if they were side by side. So however wide is wide to you. And we'll fold through the middle this time. And sometimes the blocks are nice to have under the palms and to kind of walk out from the hands. So maybe that's nice. And then to let your hands come off the block. Yeah. So sometimes it's nice to start on really high or middle and slowly bring those blocks out from under the hands. So coming into this dragonfly. Letting the hinge be at the waist and the feet, yeah, are nice and relaxed. Good. And when we don't flex the feet, that's what activates the ligaments and tendons and the fascia. And again, this forward fold, support of the urinary bladder meridians, the kidney meridians. So it's like a big boost to the immune system. Our spleen meridian runs alongside the inside of the leg. If you're feeling overwhelmed or inundated with compassion, fatigue, as some caretakers are, this is supportive for that. If we have a little bit of apathy, it's supportive in that and balancing that and bringing us into balance to replenish our cup, to fill our reserves so we can give to others. I choose a pace of grace. Yeah, really good job with that chin. Just let that chin hang so the head is nice and relaxed. Our journey of self-awareness is one that we continue on every time we come to our mats, and hopefully beyond our mats, just knowing ourselves deeper with every breath. Our mantra, I choose a pace of grace. That pace that we choose is most supportive when we know what we need, and that comes from that inner knowing, that self-awareness. And sometimes the pace that we think we need is different than the one that we truly need. And that's why we're here, is to tune into what we need, to who we truly are, to be able to determine the pace that we need. I choose a pace of grace. Allow that wisdom of the body to show us what that is. The viveka in Sanskrit, the discrimination, to pick out what we need. And gently lifting the heart, the head, chin, to come to seated so we can bring those feet together and come into our rebound. Roll onto one side and then roll onto the back. Either way, however you make your way to your rebound. There's no right or wrong. Allow yourself to be there once you get there. Dropping into the rise and fall of the belly. That breath, the cause of that rise and fall. Let's breathe in and exhale. And now remaining on our backs, we're going to draw the knees to the chest. Both knees coming in. You can bring your hands to the kneecaps if you want, or to the shins beneath the kneecaps. We're going to slowly, gently let those knees fall over to the left. So it's kind of a stretch for that right outer hip. Dropping the knees to the left, that right shoulder can stack over the left, or that right shoulder can hover over the ground, as if you were almost lying on your back, and that right arm can come out to the right. Coming into this twisted position. Exhaling. Turn right here. This right side of the body. Gentle stretch perhaps, or opening across the chest. That arm is out like a T. Maybe now just gently bring the arm, the right hand kind of up past the front of the mat. So it's almost like your arm is out like a Y. So it was a T, and now that right arm is out like a Y, kind of at an angle from the shoulder. We'll pause there. Still in our twist. Let's bring that arm overhead as if the arm were stacked. We were standing, that wrist over shoulder, elbow over shoulder, so the arms overhead, and let the back of that hand just rest on the floor. We'll slowly bring that right arm out like a Y again, an angle from the shoulder. Bring that right arm out like a T, the side of the body. And now we'll gently keep that right hand where it is if you can. Bring, maybe have a big sigh, bring the feet to the ground, the knees towards the sky, and then bring the legs out long for our rebound, and then bring that right arm down to the side. So the hands of both arms are kind of at the side of the hips. And maybe noticing the different sensation in the arms. Give ourselves a big breath in. Exhale, let the breath go. And now let's gently bring one foot to the floor, log roll over to one side. We'll press up to our seated position with control as if it's a moving meditation. And once we get there, bringing that left leg out and that right foot onto the inside of the thigh. Or half butterfly on the other side of the body. Yeah, get those sits bones nice and adjusted, roll the shoulders back, and then turn that heart towards the foot. You can bring arms overhead if you want, and then cascade over that leg. And then let those hands maybe come to blocks, or to the floor, or to a shin. And really targeting the back tonight. Those kidneys, the urinary bladder, and then of course the back of the leg here, you might feel it there. That chin resting towards the chest. allowing the belly to soften. Sometimes we are contracting those muscles deep within the core. We don't even realize it. So maybe see if you can soften from the very inside out of the belly. And choose a pace of grace. I choose a pace of grace. Allowing this breath here, maybe ground us, maybe we don't even notice the breath. Our mind wanders, we can come back to that visualization of the circuit up and down the back, up the front, down the back, or a mantra. Oh. Maybe allow the cheeks to soften. Yeah, let the hands go. Walking towards the midline. Maybe roll the neck a little bit before extending. Maybe bringing that foot to the ground first and slowly coming into rebound. Maybe rolling to one side. Bringing the back body to the earth. And dropping into rebound. And choose a pace of grace. One more breath here, our rebound. Exhale, big sigh. Closing this rebound. And then as we're ready, we'll draw those knees to the chest. And those hands to the shin, just below the knee. Yeah. Breathe in. And we'll exhale as we slowly kind of drape those legs, the knees over to the right. Adjust that right shoulder, just so. And then bring the left arm out to the side like a T, starting in that T position with that left arm. And we'll be here in our pace of grace. Again, relaxing the belly. We might notice a stretch on the outer hip. We might not. We might notice it more kind of on that outer pec and that front of the shoulder with the arm out to the side. But here with this twist to the side, it activates that gallbladder meridian. So just inviting in clarity. We need some illumination on the situation, illumination in general, clarification. This is a beautiful shape where we can plant that seed. On your next exhale, maybe bring that left arm out at an angle. As if it were kind of a Y. Let's exhale to bring that left hand up, kind of as if it were stacked over the shoulder, resting the back of the hand on the floor. Maybe as you breathe, you feel the fascia, the muscle along the sides of the spine moving and stretching. The meridians of the lung and the heart along the shoulder and the arms opening. And those are those beautiful supports of the lung and the heart meridians. Breathing in life into the lungs with every breath. And slowly bring that arm out like a Y. Exhale to bring that arm out like a T. And now with control, slowly, mindfully bring those knees to the center, the back to the floor. And then let those legs come long into your rebound and the hands at the side of the body. Exhale. We'll count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's exhale to gently roll to one side. And we'll press up to our seated position. And then this one, we don't do this very often. It's our yogi toe stand. So you can kind of come into your table and then curl the toes under, and then we're going to sit back onto the heels with those toes curled. This activates almost every meridian in the body along the bottom of that foot. Now we're going to bring our arms in front of the chest. Bring the right arm under first, come into eagle arms. Any variation of eagle arms. And just kind of rest the arms together. Sometimes we'll squeeze the arms, but we're just going to rest them. This is our yin practice. So just allow this little pretzel twist to be what it is. We've got our yoga toe lock. And maybe here we have that visualization of the breath up the front of the body and then down the back of the body. Yeah, maybe opening the gaze, closing the eyes. Notice if the stomach is engaged, if you can soften the stomach. Now let's unwrap those arms, kind of shake them out just a little bit, and then bring them back in front of the body, and the left arm under, and the right arm on top. And we'll find those eagle arms on the other side. The visualization, the breath circuit, or maybe our mantra, I choose a pace of grace. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly unravel the arms. Gently come to table. Come off of those toes really gently. Bring the tops of the feet to the ground nice and slowly. And then as you're ready, come to rebound. Maybe on the front of the body or maybe on the back of the body. But allow yourself to become neutral in the spine, neutral in the feet. And we'll rest in a rebound. Nice. Really nice job. Let's let out a sigh. Whew. Let's breathe in. Exhale. Good. Now let's bring those hands into the shoulders. We'll press up to our table. And then here we are, ready for this pigeon, our sleeping swan, we call it in our yen. Bring that right knee towards the right wrist. And then just bring that foot out towards the left side of the mat. Slowly kind of drop over onto that left knee. Bring the left arm down maybe, or maybe onto a block. And then come into the sleeping swan. Sometimes it's nice to bring a pillow underneath that right hip. So you can do that. And allow the arms to relax, the face to relax as much as we can. And choose a pace of grace. Yeah. We're coming into our rebound, maybe on the front of the back of the body. Pressing hands to the floor. So you're bringing one hand on the outside of that right knee and then sending the hip back, bringing that right foot back. The right knee to the ground. And the belly. Come on to the back of the body. So either rebound. Either way, it's kind of neutral. One more breath here. Maybe deep inhale, followed by exhale. And then as you're ready, pressing up into table again without rush. No rush. And then once you get there to that table, maybe exhale, and bring that left knee towards that left wrist. That left foot can kind of come out towards the right side of the mat. And then slide that right knee back. And then bring maybe the forearms to the floor, the palms, and just understanding and knowing that this side might be entirely different. Might need to be maybe a higher heart this time. We might need a larger blanket fold underneath that left hip. The eyes to rest. Dropping into our truth. Let's gently bring the arms forward. Maybe this time we just drop over onto that left hip. Kind of swing that right leg long to come onto our back. For our final rebound of Shavasana. Drop into the surrender of Shavasana. Sigh. I choose a pace of grace. Now at the graceful pace that's true to you, you can make your way out of Shavasana. Maybe that means you rest a little longer. Giving yourself the time to just reorient to the shape that you're in. The walls of this room. It's coming back to present time and present space. Noticing your feet, your knees, elbows, shoulders, top of the head, and your entire body. Bring hands to the heart, maybe resting on the lap. Let's breathe in and out. Breathe into the nose. Shanthi, Shanthi, Shanthi. Namaste. Thank you so much.